Hello, coders. Hello, coders. Today, I want to talk to you about whether or not you can become a senior developer if you're only working on your own. So perhaps you're a freelancer, or perhaps you are working, you're learning, you're doing a boot camp remotely from your home. How can you transition from becoming a junior developer to a senior developer when you're not interacting with other people as frequently as perhaps people who are out in the field? Is there even a possibility for you to become a senior developer? Do you have to be in a team to become a senior developer? Those kind of questions I want to field today. Now, I do not like gatekeeping. I think that's quite detrimental to our industry. So I don't want to say that you have to work in a team to become a senior developer. I think that you can become a senior developer if you only are working amongst yourself. I think that you can gain experiences by working in teams, sure, but you can learn from other people in terms of listening to their experiences. You can watch videos, you can listen to podcasts, you can read books. So you don't have to be in a team in order to appreciate those kind of things. However, a big however here is that because you yourself haven't experienced those things, you do not have the full awareness, the full appreciation. You don't know what it feels like inside when those experiences happen, right? You can you can read about it, you can learn about those things, but until it actually happens to you, you don't fully get the appreciation of what those experiences may be. And I'm talking both good experiences here and bad experiences. So for example, you can read about how people take systems down, right, by accident, how people drop databases down by accident, right, and the mistakes that they do on accident. You can read about all of that stuff, right? You can see the sadness, the anxiety in videos when you're watching people when they're talking about those experiences. But until it happens to you, you can't actually feel that in your stomach. The stomach drop, the oh dear, the guilt, the shame of it. I think they're really important, as well as the positive experiences, right? So knowing what it's like to actually deploy sites, to fix bugs, to help users out, to please clients, to solve problems, to achieve what some clients may consider as the impossible task, to do those things, to have recognition amongst your team. You can, again, watch those experiences, read about those experiences, but until you actually have those experiences yourself, you don't know what that feels like inside. I think that is really, really important. Now, you can, of course, become a better developer by just learning stuff on your own, right? In terms of the syntax, knowing what functions to use, having better muscle memory, to learn about the key bindings and the shortcut keys. You can do all that on your own, right? And you can learn from tutorials and courses, and you can read books on that, and you can listen to podcasts, and you can get an understanding and learn about web development or just computing in general. And that will improve your skills and improve your developer status, if we want to call it that. So I do believe that you can become a senior developer even if you are on your own, right? Because you can gain all of those kind of things. However, I think that one needs to be in a team to speed up their transition from junior to senior. I think that people who work on their own, they are missing out so much with those experiences, with the conversations, the collaboration of other people. And yes, you can have all of this when you're doing it doing things remotely, but I really do believe that physical presence is very vital in this industry. And it could be something like going to a user group. It could be going to a conference. Even if you're not actually speaking to anybody, just listening to people is really important. And also being aware that you are in a room with other people who are doing the same thing that your career is doing, right? And learning from them. That is incredibly useful. The other definition that I have of becoming a senior developer is being able to mentor and teach other people, to pass on your experiences, to be able to, at a drop of a hat, go, oh yeah, I remember that this is what I did to solve the problem that you're now facing. Or have you tried these shortcut keys? I've noticed that when you code it, you do blah, 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 blah. But have you tried this set of key combinations to bring up these menu options quicker? So you don't get that when you are a remote developer, and you don't get that when you are doing things on your own, right? Because you don't have the people watching you at the same time. Now, I know that is super scary, right? If you are in a room of other people, especially if they are much senior than you, that is a bit terrifying. It can be. But at the end of the day, if you are the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. And if it's only you in that room, then it's very difficult for you to try and improve without lots of reading, without lots of forced learning, right? When you're in a room of other people, sometimes you just can't get away from the teaching that you're going to be faced with, because there's so many people who can do things far quicker, far better, far more efficient than you can. And in some situations, there are things that those people can't do as quick as you can. And so they lean on you, you lean on them, and everybody learns, and you become able to communicate to people who perhaps are maybe less technical than you, or maybe just don't understand the programming concept as much as you do, because you've solved it in your head, and you talk through that. And you could talk through that with the client who maybe isn't technical, or other developers who are, and you're sharing ideas, you're collaborating the solution, you're working together to solve this one problem. You don't get that. You don't have that opportunity if you're working on your own. But I'm trying to stop myself from saying that in order for you to become a senior, you have to be in a team. You have to be with other people, because I don't think that's the case. And I think that there are a lot of people who are just hate the idea of being around people, especially developers, and they prefer to be comfortable in their own little bubble, in their own little shell. And I think that those people can still become senior developers. However, they perhaps won't be as well-rounded developers as the people who are able to get out of their comfort zone and be around other developers, other non-technical people, and be amongst just the atmosphere of a development team in person. That is so important. So you can smell the teaching, right? In the room. Smell the talent in the room. I've been into some stinky developers office. Anyway. So yes, I do not want to gatekeep. I don't want to say that you must be in a team in order to become a senior developer, but I certainly think it helps. And even if you're in a co-working space and that everyone is working on something that is totally different than you can at least have conversations with people about development, with other developers. Conferences, user groups, co-working spaces, water cooler chats, they are vital. more vital than, I would say, live streams, podcasts, books, videos, and courses, right? And here I am as someone who teaches code and does online courses. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. So happy coding, everybody. And I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.